Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 7-Minute Takeover, where we talk all things business acquisitions. I'm Eamonn, and today I'm joined for our Deal Decode session with our CEO and my co-host, Rob. Rob, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, Eamonn. Thanks for having me.
Problem, my pleasure. So today we're dealing into a marketplace listing from the Village Wealth Marketplace, an accounting and financial services firm located on Vancouver Island, BC, listed by one of our partner brokers, Chinook Advisory. So let's break it down in 7 minutes or less. Rob, what catches your eye with this opportunity?
It's the numbers. Firm's got a solid track record. $530K revenue in 2021, climbing to $836 in 2024. I mean, that's a 16% compound annual growth rate. It's pretty heavy. And 2025 is trending both revenue up in revenue and profitability. Mostly there's a subscription-based model with 8 professionals running the show. If that's the case, it's a very stable foundation. But let's unpack the industry trends and see what's driving this.
And, we've heard interest from a number of different parties about this sector, bookkeeping. They see a lot of opportunity. So yeah, let's look at the numbers. Accounting services is pretty resilient to economic cycles. So according to Statistics Canada, the segment saw revenue grow 9% in 2021, 9.9% in 2022, up to 26 billion. And so the company we're looking at here was growing even faster during that period. British Columbia makes up about 16% of the total market, so lots of opportunities for a company and a great addressable market in Vancouver Island.
Yeah, we're seeing firms pivot from traditional compliance like tax prep and bookkeeping, things everyone's familiar with, which the firm does very well, to client advisory services. In 2024, there was a survey from Accounting Today that noted 80% of firms are seeing growing demand for financial planning and business strategy. I mean, that's a big opportunity for this firm, and it's got 35 years of experience and a very client-focused approach. They should do well with that approach.
Yeah, and this kind of highlights that you're really buying this for the customer base. There's a lot of trust that's been built with those clients, and so you're more likely to be able to add on additional products. Maybe that's where AI comes in. What else are you seeing here?
Yeah, speaking of AI, I mean, tech is reshaping the game too. Cloud-based platforms, AI automation, and streamlining tasks like reconciliations and tax compliance. The firm's subscription model, quite unique, is likely benefiting from those efficiencies. But buyers of companies like this need to ensure the tech stack is modern or workable, and not too much legacy code sticking around, and desktop software is competitive advantage or competitive disadvantage in 2025.
Okay. So, that's kind of the investment thesis. Let's dig into just some of the pros and cons of owning a business like this before we get to what we need to know to move forward. So, pros, stability is huge. Accounting services are generally evergreen. You never switch your accountant unless you just don't need an accountant anymore, or unless they've made a huge mistake. Businesses will always need payroll, always need bookkeeping, regardless of how the economy is going. The revenue growth historically over the last 4 years does show that hopefully there's good, strong client retention and that they're growing their footprint. So stable but growing, that's massive.
Yeah, I think another pro is the growth potential, just significant avenues for growth in client advisory services, e-commerce accounting. It's pretty hot due to complex tax compliance needs, and with 35 years of brand equity, they inherited a trusted name, it's a huge relationship-driven industry.
Okay, let's talk about the cons. The industry is, by some accounts, facing a labor crisis. 75% of CPAs are nearing retirement, and fewer grads are entering the field as a proportion. So this firm's team of 8 is quite a few individuals for the revenue level, but even so, retaining them will be critical to making sure that the company's able to service their clients on a go-forward basis. Cybersecurity is another concern. Accounting firms are prime targets for cyber attacks. So, a robust security system is kind of non-negotiable.
And competition is fierce. The big 4 dominate nationally, and local firms on Vancouver Island like Smith LLP and Nanaimo, they're players. The subscription model helps, but a buyer must differentiate, maybe through tech or specialized services to stand out.
Awesome. So what do we need to know before making an offer? Quickly, first, there's always the financials. Revenue growth is impressive. Profitability is key. Industry saw a profit margin dip according to Statistics Canada, between 2021 and 2022. Requesting detailed profit and loss statements will confirm the margins and how much variability there is therein.
Yeah, next is the client base. The listing touts a diverse clientele, which is quite likely given their track record. But you'd really want specifics. Are these small businesses, individuals, or larger corps? What's the churn rate? The subscription model suggests a low churn, but verify client contracts and retention data is key. Also check the geographic spread. Vancouver Island's market is much smaller than mainland BC, so expansion potential is critical.
Third is team expertise, which really matters in this sector, given the service nature of the revenue. With 8 staff, you got to confirm their qualifications. Are these CPAs? Are these bookkeepers? And how hard would these folks be to replace? And do they want to stick around for the long term? The industry is shifting more to strategic and advisory roles. So if your employee base isn't set up to do that, what the strategy would be to bring in that type of talent as well. Finally, growth avenues. The listing mentions opportunities, but the question that always comes to my mind is, if it's such an easy opportunity, why haven't the existing owners done it already?
Very true.
And so, always discount those until you've looked into it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the tech stack is make or break as well. If they're using cloud-based platforms like QuickBooks Online or NetSuite, which 94% of accountants now rely on, outdated systems could mean costly upgrades.
Totally. So I think our time is almost up. That was pretty rapid fire, Rob. Thanks for coming on. I think what we're getting to is that this Vancouver Island opportunity is solid, stable, growing revenue. We didn't talk necessarily about the valuation request on the listing, but accounting firms can command a higher premium due to some of those positive features that we mentioned. But there's still a little bit more to know about this opportunity before we go out and make an offer.
Couldn't agree more. It's a chance to step up into a well-oiled machine, but only if you're ready to navigate the labor shortages and tech demands. That's it for Deal Decode. Check out Village Wealth for more listings and join us next time for another 7-minute takeover. Thanks, Andy.
All right, see you then.